Hey, everyone, and welcome to the Always On Point podcast here with Kristen Ambo, sponsored by my parent company, Point Mortgage. And last week, I touched on working for a smaller company and why that's, makes me so happy and all the great things that come with a small company. We're nimble. We make fast decisions. We can pivot fast. The additional corporate red tape isn't there. It's awesome. This week, I want to touch on the amount of save deals that we've been able to do that other corporate lenders and banks can't. And part of the reason my business grew as much as it did, as fast as it did, is I went out on a limb and I said, okay, I'm going to work nights and weekends. You guys, to be honest, do I love working nights and weekends? Do any of us? I mean, honestly, but in the business I'm in the space I'm in, I know that spring market brings us on. And I know that I can bring my laptop with me no matter where I'm at, and I can plug in and I can get things done. And this last week, for example, starting Friday of last week, it's Thursday, so one solid week, I have done just over, it was 21 pre-approvals the last I counted. Now, mind you, my assistant is even out on her honeymoon, and we're still getting it done. So 21 pre-approvals and took in 8 accepted offers this week. That's a lot of business. And you know where the majority of it's coming from? Loan officers not answering their phones, not answering on nights and weekends, can't get things done, save deals at the last minute. And I built my business many years ago. I said, what is there that's wrong with the industry that needs help? And I found the point of where that's at, and the biggest pain point that real estate agents have working on behalf of their clients is getting hold of the loan officer, getting things done on time. Loan officers taking loan commitments seriously, right? And getting those things done on time. So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build my business, and I am going to make things happen that other loan officers aren't. I am going to make sure that I put my money where my mouth is. If I say I'm going to answer on a night and weekend, I'm answering. Now, I'm on the phone with another client, right? I'll text you back, but I will call you back. I will answer in some way, shape, or form to make sure. But if I can solve the problems that agents have for their clients, then not only am I solving the client's issue, I'm solving the buyer's agent, I'm solving the selling agent or the listing agent, and I'm solving the seller's problems. We are getting things done. I am a problem solver. That's what I do. That's why I do find that I've found a lot of success in here. I don't pass it off to other people. I know what I'm saying. I put my money where my mouth is. It's as easy as that, right? So a lot of banks and credit unions don't answer on the nights and weekends. They're paid salaries. They do as much work as they have to, and they're done. I've even referred business over to banks and credit unions where they've told me that that's what it is. And then I can't get that problem solved. So I am the nights and weekends girl. We get a lot of stuff during the week too, preferably during the week. The one thing I can say right now that is a big pain point for agents is clients waiting to the last minute to get their pre-approvals done. If they're even remotely looking, but are like, no, I'll wait till I find a house I want, you're too late. You're behind the ball. And now you may lose out on that house by putting in an offer because you don't have a pre-approval to go with it. So I want to make sure that you're done. I want to get that involved. Don't be afraid of getting a pre-approval too early. If you're even hemming and hawing on Zillow or on Realtor.com or Facebook Marketplace or whatever it is that you're looking, if you are even thinking about looking at a house or going to an open house, get a pre-approval. Because if you're even thinking about it, if you're hemming and hawing about it, that means you are interested. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to find your forever dream home and you are not going to be ready. And I want you to be ready. So first things first, how do you get ready to buy a house? You call me. You get a pre-approval letter. First, call me. Let's get you approved. Let's strategize what's going to work for you in this market. 2, we're going to call your real estate agent. If you don't have one, I work with some of the top agents in the northeastern Wisconsin market, also in the southern Wisconsin market. So if you have Pembine, Door County, Green Bay, Fox Valley, If you're in the middle of the state in Wautoma, if you are down in Manitowoc, if you are in Madison, if you are in Lake Geneva, if you are in any of those markets, I want to work with you. I also have really great real estate agents out in the complete western part of the state that can help you as well. Being licensed in the whole state, understanding and having tried and true, proven some of the top real estate agents in the country right in my fingertips. I want to make sure that you are best suited with a real estate agent who's going to get it done for you in the market you are looking in. So that's 2. 3, we want to plan. We want to make sure that your real estate agent and I have spoken and we know exactly the timeline you need, how fast we can get it done. We are working on behalf of you to get those things done. Do you have to sell a house first? Can you buy non-contingent? Those are really big things, right? And those are things that matter and you want to know. And the sooner we can lay that out for you and have a plan, the better. It's a team. It takes a team. You want to work with a loan officer who's got tried and true real estate agent relationships, as well as real estate agents that have tried and true relationships with loan officers. Don't call 10 lending companies. You are going to be that emoji with the dizzy eyes. You're not going to know what's happening because they're all going to tell you something different. They're all going to have different numbers, different costs, different everything. Believe me, I see it all the time. Just make sure you're calling the right ones first. When you call the right ones first and you have that relationship and you know you can trust it, you are in the best hands. So competitive rates, competitive fees, but more important than ever, it's relationship. It's relationship with your loan. It's relationship with your real estate agent. These are legal contracts, right? So we talk about that. They are legal contracts, but it's so important to have that relationship. I can't say that enough. And with a big company, believe me, I've worked with the big companies. I've worked with the tiny ones. I've worked with smaller ones. I've worked with medium-sized ones. Most of those were medium growing or smaller growing, top down. And I can tell you what works and what doesn't. And it just makes, I feel like I'm so versed right now in this industry, in this market, seen the good markets, seen the tough markets. And the one thing I know that comes back around is relationship. I was reading some articles this week on AI and how AI is, trying to take over the world. We all know that, right? But the one thing that keeps being said is that AI isn't perfect right now. I just drove down to Chicago this week and back, and the massive data center that they are building near the Port Washington area is incredible. There's thousands of people, construction people right now working on that data center. Just data collecting. Most mortgage companies are turning into data collection agencies so they can solicit you. Raise of hands right now. How many people love to be solicited by companies they never asked for? I still hear none, right? Those big companies are collecting your data. They just want to turn and burn. It's all about numbers. It's not about relationships. The bigger the company, the more the transactions they are. It's numbers related. It's not human being related. And what I can tell you is small mighty is still where the human being's at. It's still where those relationships are had. And if you are a newer agent in the market, I strongly suggest, get that relationship. Have them speak with you. Don't, try more than 2 or 3. I would even suggest sit down with 5 different loan officers. You will figure out which one is being honest with you and which one is actually understanding what's going on, and in which case can help build you up to being a stronger agent than you going at it alone in the market, right? You want those relationships. And, like I said, I circle back around almost 25 years of doing this. I'm in my 25th year right now, and it always comes back to the relationship. And those strong relationships are always the same thing that get you over the hurdle, get you into the house, get you across those finishing lines with the best experience that you can have, even when times are tough. So relationship. New agents have there is something about them right now that's coming in and they are screaming that they want those relationships. And I love that for them. The ones who are just willy-nilly or buying leads online. Anyone can buy leads online. If you want to build your relationship by paying a company to give you leads and come out and say you're the best of the best, okay. What's that doing for your overall business later on? What is that doing as a loan officer? If I'm just buying leads, I'm not truly building that relationship. I'm just churning and burning, and I'm pulling my hair out and probably setting myself up for no business later, because if anyone in this business has been in the pay to play game, you know that only lasts for so long. And then you're saying that the next company is the best thing since sliced bread, the next loan officer, the next real estate agent, the next, because now you are completely built on other people's money to live, or you're completely built on leads coming and lead gen. Relationship. I'm going to go back and back and back. Relationship. Build that relationship. As a buyer, build the relationship. As a seller, build the relationship. As a real estate agent, build the relationship. As a loan officer, build that relationship. Earn it. Go for it. Do it. That is what the exciting part of this industry is. Listen, we're all in it together. So many of us are, but it's also a part of the reason why we have some of the most turnover. And right now you are seeing turnover at a height. You are seeing people move because they either don't feel the support, they don't feel that they're getting the attention they deserve and need. And that's where you need to have that. Change the game. Find that support for yourself. When you feel supported, anything is possible. Anything. And I want to make sure that you as an agent, you as a client, you as a borrower who has terrible credit right now, but faces it, knows it, and wants to fix it and buy a house later on, I want to work with you. There's nobody that we don't. We want to have those relationships. We want to be your lender for life. We want to be your loan officer for life. We want to really help you establish homeownership, your wealth moving forward. So as a positive note, we are in a market right now where rates should be over 7% and they're not. There's inventory is actually up year over year, which is crazy. And that's exciting to say. Could we use more? Yes, we could absolutely use more. But we're up. Applications are up. Buying is really a really good place to be right now. Find the type of real estate you want to be in and get that in. Come in. Absolutely have that mortgage, that real estate, leverage it, right? Rates are still really low. Go look at your 401ks right now. They're growing. That's a great place for your 401ks to be. We want to help you establish that wealth if that's what you're looking for, home ownership where you're building it for yourself, your family, and your future. That's what we're doing here at Point Mortgage. That's what we want to continue to do. And I just can't say that enough. So if this is something you're interested in, again, I want to talk to you. Let's sit down. Let's talk. Let's have that conversation. And let's build that wealth for you and your family. Thank you so much again for always listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Go over to our YouTube channel. Follow it where you'll get weekly shorts. You will get all the intel info and what you can do to better move your position along. Until then, thank you so much for tuning in again. I appreciate you. Grateful to have you here, and we'll see you next week.